Hey guys, welcome back to another mission editing tutorial, and today I'm going to be talking about the changing your environmental settings within a mission and within a mission editor in Arma 2. If you remember from the first tutorial, I briefly went over the Intel box up here, the big gray one with the cloud and says Intel. This is mainly where you're going to be changing your environmental settings unless you decide to write and use a script, an external script for your mission. But if you go ahead and click up here, it's going to show name, description, date, time, a bunch of weather stuff, and then the final one being the independent. While this is up here with name and description, I'm just going to go ahead and show you, if you don't already know, the standard way of naming a mission if you're going to submit it for the primary server, and that is co-op being CO, TVT being TVT. I'm just going to make a fake one. It's going to be a co-op with 23 people, and then underscore, and then the name, just whatever you want to name it, with an underscore being each space. Finally, another underscore, and then V for version, and then the corresponding version depending on how many you've made. The first one is always going to be V1. And then down here, the description is what you see that gives you a brief outline of what the mission is. It's in the sliding screen. It's the row that's just below the mission name and map. Usually has like either who it's by, or if it has JIP or respawn or whatnot. Any parameters that, not technically like the scripted parameters, but like I don't know. I'm sure you know what I mean. But that's what you would type in there. For the date, the Arma 2 mission editor dating is fairly accurate. It only goes up. Oh, it goes up to 2020. Okay. But it follows the moon and sun cycles for seasonal patterns and also yearly patterns. And what I mean by yearly patterns is, say I set this to be nighttime. Say it was October 11th, 2008, I wanted my mission to be at nighttime. At 1920 hours at this date, I'm not sure if it is or not, it could be completely dark. However, if I keep the same date but change it to, say, 1990, it could be bright out, and the moon could be a full moon, and you would be able to see. So it follows yearly and seasonal patterns like that. If you move down to your weather, as you can see, there's tiny icons. They're kind of hard to see on either side of the scale. So if you move the weather scale all the way to the left, that's going to be thunderstorms, raining, really bad clouds, stuff like that. Somewhere in the middle will just be light rain and clouds, and it's just a spectrum from one end to the other, and obviously all the way right is just a bright sunny day. Same thing corresponds to fog. The fog actually has, if you can see here, it has a little meter inside of the scale. So all the way to the left is no fog, all the way to the right is really heavy fog. If you drop down a bit more, forecasted weather, again, it's kind of the same thing as the top weather. However, you could have a mission start out with the top main weather all the way sunny, and have this all the way back to the stormy side. So as the mission progresses and time passes while you're in game, the weather could progressively change from extremely sunny to really crappy and rainy and cloudy and thunderstorms. And the same principle applies to forecasted fog. Finally, the last thing down here that I'm going to go over in this little GUI box is independents are friendly too, and I'm sure this is self-explanatory, but if you click on nobody, then independent units are considered enemies to everybody. This is mainly only for AI, because obviously a human player can decide who they want to be friendly to. But if you set to nobody, everybody is an enemy to independent players. Blue 4, obviously, Blue 4 are allies, or they won't shoot at Blue 4 players. Same thing applies for Op 4. And obviously, everybody means that independents are going to be friendly to everyone. So essentially, they'll just turn out being armed civilians that are corresponding to the independent faction. They won't be considered civilians, but they won't shoot or attack anybody. regardless of what faction or side you're on. So that's it for the GUI and changing environmental settings. I'm just going to quickly show you the weather system in this. So first I'll just have it completely sunny. I'm going to make it daytime just so you can see the difference real quick. Place a unit down. And as you can see, it is just a bright sunny day, no clouds, no nothing. If you abort and slide it all the way to the left, it'll be the complete opposite, as you will see. So if you caught it quickly, there was a lightning bolt that just went across the sky that way. It's rainy, really cloudy, stuff like that. And same thing goes for the fog scale and the forecasted weather, which I'm not going to do because that usually takes time for the weather to transition, but I'm sure you get the gist of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.